Oh yes, look what we have here. We care, Wrangler. The courage to charge ahead is needed now more than ever. So that's what we are doing because at Wrangler, we care. We care about the planet and we care about the people that call it home. In this bag, we do have the Wrangler denim jacket. It's a cowboy cut, it's unlined. Look at this. Look at this Wrangler shadow black cowboy cut denim jacket. Amazing. The original denim jacket, 100% cotton, heavyweight, and pre-shrunk. So this is pre-shrunk. It will not shrink, unlike these Wrangler 13 MWZ, which have indeed shrank. This is a size small. I'm typically a size medium. Check out the Vintage Futures video on this jacket. He had the original color, the Wrangler blue color. And based on his measurements, the Vintage Futures measurements, the size small is definitely for me. I can see, just based on how big the jacket looks here, that it is indeed my size. We'll get the measurements and put them in the description. Made in Mexico, which is nice to see. I like things made in USA, Mexico, and Canada as close as home to possible. Although, of course, I have many exceptions. I like things made in many countries. This Wrangler cowboy cut jacket is now pretty much my favorite jacket. Well, it's hard to say because I do love this Levi's hemp cotton selvage jacket. Amazing jacket. Definitely will continue wearing it, of course. I like a bunch of different stuff, so I do love that jacket. This is a type 1 though. And the Type 1 has the cinch on the back. It's a little bit more boxy looking, a little bit less modern appeal, I guess. Most people like the pleats on the front. They like the look of it. But I feel like a lot of people don't really like Type 1s in general, for themselves at least, in terms of styling. Whereas I love Type 1s. We also have this Type 3, much like the Wrangler. Lee is owned by the same brand, Contour Brands. I got this Wrangler directly from that brand out of this shipped from Texas to where I live, so very close. It came in one day, pretty much. And this Lee here is a Type 3, much like the Wrangler, but it doesn't have these hidden side pocket here. The fit is much more sloppy, I would say. I did make a video on this, and I'm sure I'm popping up some stuff on the screen how I'm wearing it. I feel like the Wrangler is a little bit of a higher quality in terms of primarily like the cut of it, like the cowboy cut is something special. I would say, just like the Cowboy Cut 13 MWZs here, these are like how I would describe a cowboy cut is that it's like a tailored, relaxed fit, if that makes sense. I'm sure they were kind of thinking when they were designing the cowboy cuts Wrangler that they wanted a something that could be worked in, right? So it has to be relaxed in a certain way. You have to have room to move in it, especially when these things are 100% cotton, not very much stretch. It will mold to your body, but it won't have very much stretch. So there's a relaxed fit to it, but then they tailor that relaxed fit. I feel like that's probably the best way of describing a cowboy cut, just based off the top of my head anyway. And for me, it's just kind of the best shape for my body in general. This jacket is pretty much perfect. Measurements are in the description, but this size small fits me much like a lot of size medium jackets in other brands. So sizing down if you want a tailored kind of fit is best. If you want a more relaxed fit, you should stick with your normal size and you'll be able to layer under it choosing your normal size. However, like I mentioned with cowboy cuts, is that Wrangler's cowboy cuts are a tailored relaxed fit, right? They actually make relaxed fit stuff, but their cowboy cuts are like tailored relaxed fits. So if you're a bit wider, like in the midsection here, and especially toward the hem, if you have like wider hips or something, you might not be able to really wear a size down because you'll need room within the midsection, right? So in that case, I would always take my normal size if you're a little bit more wide in your midsection or around your hips, because this hem measures the same width as the shoulders, but the chest measures wider than both of those. So it just gives that more tailored effect, as I keep mentioning. But yeah, here's that comparison with the Lee. This is made on the seam, the hand warmer, which I definitely prefer. It looks better that way. It's not really always hidden because it kind of bulges out slightly, but doesn't matter. Interestingly, the hand warmer pockets on the Sherpa jacket are actually a little bit larger than the ones on the cowboy cut unlined denim jacket. On here, this one goes up to that seam that you see next to that buttonhole. And on the Sherpa jacket, since there's no seam behind those buttonholes like there is here, then the pocket is able to extend further in. But you actually do feel the buttonhole on the inside of that pocket. And on the opposite side, on the other side, you don't feel the button there. Only the buttonhole is felt on the left side. Then, of course, just like the Sherpa jacket, the unlined denim jacket has snaps on the chest and the wrists. And here with this Levi's Type 1, where you can see the hand warmer pocket on the side of the jacket, the internal pocket to that looks like this. Right here, a fairly large pocket. I would consider this like a dump pocket. You can just throw anything in there. And it's on both sides, of course. So huge internal pockets, which is amazing. Those are very functional. On the Wrangler, it's very nice as well. However, since the pocket is not all the way off to the side of the seam right there, it's on this kind of V shape. It's shorter on the inside, just as deep, but this one is way thinner, and it is pretty amazing as well. It works well. You can probably put like a wine bottle in there, but it's just a little bit less convenient than the Levi's because of how deep it is compared to the width, but it still works very well. And I love how it's designed on the inside here. Just look at that. That's just so nicely done. This is it's pretty basic, very nicely done as well. But this is just like unique looking because of how it's attached. I really enjoy just looking at that. Very cool. Very nice. And then you have this as well, the care label. This is a shadow black denim, so it's double black, black on the warp and black on the weft. There is the style number, machine wash cold, inside out, only non-chlorine bleach when needed, tumble dry low or line dry, low iron. What's cool about this jacket is there's this like indigo thread or navy rather than just black. So there's a slight subtlety to that, which looks really nice. And you have, of course, the Wrangler W's on there, which you can see. It almost kind of looks like gray stitching at a distance, but it is definitely like a navy color. The shadow black is dark. This is a deep dark black. I'm not too sure how it's coming across on the camera. On the screen, it looks a little bit grayer than it does black, but it is definitely a deep black. Shadow black, as the name implies. This will start fading in a lot of areas. Even though it is a double black, black on black, black warp, black weft, these do fade, of course. Color will pretty much always fade, especially depending on the way that the denim is dyed. If it's not all the way dyed through into its core, then it will fade even easier. Looks good. I don't really use these cinches on the bottom because they are I don't know. I just never use them. I think most people don't. And you can if you wear the jacket open, but I feel like, let me button this bottom one here. So if I were to cinch one up, it would be like a really snug fit. I'm sure I probably could cinch one of them and make it like a real snug fit. But for me, it's like, I don't have any purpose in doing that. There's no point in me doing that. That's why I never really use the side cinches. And I actually usually never button the bottom button here. Usually keep that unbuttoned on the vast majority of my jackets because it allows the jacket to flow better. It just sits on your body much better. Doesn't bulge out the stomach. Has some subtle Wrangler branding on the chest, which I enjoy. I like Wrangler as a name, so I don't mind having branding there. Usually with most companies, I don't want their branding on there unless it's like just a kind of more of a prestigious or heritage kind of brand. Like Levi's, I'm fine with the red tabs, things like that. And there are always exceptions to that rule that I kind of have, but I don't like branding. I don't like to be a billboard, but I do like heritage stuff and I do like rocking that. So that's why even on these jeans, I kept that patch on there just because I kind of respect the brand in a sense. You know, the more respect I have for a brand, the more I'm willing to rock their logos and stuff like that. Although once I get a shadow black 13 MWZ jean. I'm gonna cut that patch off the back just because it'll look a lot cleaner, and we're gonna go blacked out for sure. I wear these jeans with the Wrangler Sherpa jacket, which is basically like a Wrangler uniform. I'm definitely gonna wear the shadow black 13 MWZs with this jacket as well, and just go all blacked out. I usually wear a lot of black stuff in general: black hat, black boots. I also have a black American Hat Company hat, as well as this Stetson, which is not black, but it was sitting there. So yeah, Wrangler. I don't know why I'm talking about all this other stuff. It's about this jacket, but I also, I think people that watch this content enjoy other things like Stetsons just as much as I do. Or, it doesn't have to be a Stetson, but, Red Wing boots or something. We all kind of have crossover when it comes to clothing and boots and content like this on YouTube. And yeah, this jacket is nice. The sleeve length is 25 inches, which is pretty much perfect, along with the like 19.5-inch shoulder. I have enough room in it if I stretch my arms out. Of course, the sleeves hike up slightly, but I tend to prefer that because when I wash my hands or do really anything where I'm using my hands, I like to have my sleeves naturally come out of the way like that, because I'm not too much of a sleeve roller, although sometimes I do. But usually I just prefer my sleeves to get out of the way themselves. What else about this jacket? It is 14.75 ounces, so it is a heavier weight jacket. I'm not sure what the weather is right now. I'm sure it's probably in the low 80s. I'm in the shade, and it's dry heat, so it's not too bad wearing this right now as I'm talking. And this jacket is you can probably wear it all year round, but if you wear it in the winter, you'll probably want your natural size so that you can layer under it if that's what you're going to do, unless you're just like going from like building to building all winter like a lot of people do. Then you can just probably wear this on its own with like a slight, or you can probably size down in this and then just wear like a sweater or something, and you'll probably be fine if you're more of like an office mover. But if you're going to be outside, you'll probably want to take your normal size. But yeah, all that to say, I bought this jacket for only $36. Like $36 for this jacket, just under 37. It's 36 and some change. And to me, like, this jacket is worth actually the retail price of $54, I think it is, on the Wrangler website. Sometimes they have sales. Like the day that I bought this jacket, I bought it off eBay. The day that I bought this jacket, Wrangler had a 25% off sale. It was for Memorial Day, I believe. And even after the 25% discount, it would have came out to 49, so 49 and change. And saving 13 bucks to me is like, that's like a pretty decent meal. That's why I tend to shop on websites like eBay. And I am an affiliate with eBay. I'm part of their partner network. But check the description because you can save money on this. And it came, like I said earlier, it came straight from Contour Brands in Texas, which is one state over from me. And that's interesting because $36 straight from Texas, FedEx in one day for me at least. Well, the seller did take a few days to ship it out, but either way, like, it doesn't matter. Like 36 bucks for this, such an amazing deal. I would definitely, especially now that I have it on my body, I've had it in my hands, I would definitely pay the 55 plus shipping for it on their website. Like, it'll probably come out to 60 something at the end of the day, which I think is worth it. I paid 60 something for this Levi's, and this is salvage. It is hemp. It is a little bit more special in certain ways, but it's hard to say that it's like a better jacket. It's just a different style, right? But to me, like, if you're looking for functionality in a jacket and just having like a rugged, durable jacket that you can use for years and years and years and then eventually get repaired, the little minor holes that start appearing, this is the one. This is the one. This is the black jacket that I think I've been looking for a long time. I never even really thought about Wrangler for a long time. Like, it never really was a brand that I shopped with or shopped for until recently. And like, it all started with these Wrangler 13 MWZs. Shout out to the best pair of jeans at pretty much the best price point ever. And yet again, they're knocking it out of the park with the jacket.